In the Big 12 regular season race, Texas Tech, they've lost their last 3 consecutive conference games. They take on a TCU team that's hoping to catch Kansas at the top of the standings as well. It is Bob Wischusen here with Fran Fraschilla. You've already heard from Holly Rowe, and we will hear from this crowd because they are fired up that Big Monday has invaded Lubbock once again.
And they should be. Chris Beard has taken his team to the Elite Eight. They're really good against it again this year, and they got a kid. They've recruited well nationwide, but they've got a kid who grew up right here in Lubbock, as Holly mentioned, Jared Culver, who grew up just a few short blocks from this campus. Terrific player, and he's the object of both teams' interest tonight. Chris Beard told us he's got to get them easy shots in their offense, transition, half court, and at the end of the shot clock. And for TCU, when we watched practice today, Jamie Dixon said, there's one guy we got to slow down. It's the guy averaging almost 20 points a game.
This is a vital game, as all will be the rest of the season for all of these teams that want to finally end the Kansas 14 consecutive championship dynasty in the Big 12, because we've got 6 teams all within 1 game in the loss column of the top of the league, and we've got 2 of them in this game tonight. Texas Tech, number 16. Again, they have lost their last 3 consecutive Big 12 games. And a TCU team that is hoping to remain in the conference conversation as well. Not a bad start to Big Monday for Tariq Owens.
Important because they have struggled to score in conference. Easy baskets, money baskets, as Chris Beard calls them.
Reach-in foul calls on the fumble by Kevin Samuel. And that will be Noren Sodiase.
There's a guy that's done a tremendous job here of taking a program to its highest level in quite some time. We mentioned that Elite Eight. They're ranked in the top 20. They played Duke really close. But Bob, in conference, they have struggled lately.
Watnoy is able to get TCU on the board.
We're going to be talking about this young guy tonight. He was the Big 12 Player of the Week as a sophomore. He's a scorer.
Culver off a screen. And a one-armed rebound pulled down by J.D. Miller.
Both of these teams essentially run the same type of offense. Motion, random player and ball movement. Screen, cut, find the open man.
Robinson gets into the lane, paying the extra pass to Noy. He's got a 3.
Let me tell you something, Bob. This kid, he's only a sophomore. He redshirted, so it's his 3rd year, but that jump shot is pure.
Averages 2.5 threes per game, 3rd most in the Big 12. So he can hit you inside and outside. The grad transfer, Matt Mooney. And now it's Davide Moretti with 8 to shoot. Moretti with 5 to shoot. Rises up, double clutch, side rim to Odiase. Deflected pass, good hands by Kevin Samuel, and then a backcourt foul call. And that'll be on Mooney.
This young man, watch Watnoy. Good swing pass by Desmond Bain. Look how compact that stroke is. He goes from his chest to the follow through in a split second.
TCU beat Florida on Saturday in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. Other than that, they have struggled a bit of late, having lost 3 of their last 5 in the league. Makes this a pivotal game for both programs tonight as Noy leans in, and a blocking foul is called. That's going to go against Tariq Owens, so that will put Noy at the free throw line.
Jamie Dixon, take a look right here. Do you love the fact that Noy hits the 3? Now he puts it on the floor. He's going to go to the foul line, and Jamie Dixon likes that start from his sophomore. all-time winningest coach in the Big East Conference by percentage. He's back home at his alma mater, and he's done a terrific job in 3 seasons.
Talking to him a couple of weeks ago, he was joking. Somehow, it appears as if it's a career goal of mine to coach every year of my career in the hardest league in basketball. It just kind of worked out that way as I left a 16-team Big East right as it broke up and came to arguably top to bottom the only league in America without a night off, and that's the Big 12 as Mooney is able to knock down a mid-range jumper.
Let me tell you what's important about Mooney scoring early and making that great lob pass. Last year at South Dakota, he had 31 against TCU. So if anybody's confident tonight, it should be Matt Mooney.
Miller. And the long rebound falls to Culver.
This Texas Tech team is turning the ball over in conference play, Bob, once out of every 4 times down the floor. And it's been a big problem for them.
Well, Chris Beard told us as Noy picks up the foul that we used to be an 11 or 12 turnover a game type team. We've been more than that lately. We've got to get back to being that team that only turns it over between 10 and 12 times a game.
And the guys turning it over are his best passers, Mooney and Culver.
Rattles home for Brandon Francis. Robinson, he turns it over.
Guys, why Chris Beard is so upset about those turnovers is he said in our last game they shot 51% against Arkansas. He said we're shooting the ball great. We just don't have enough possessions in a game. So starting practice today like he normally does, they did a lot of ball handling drills. He said that is probably the most important thing tonight outside of rebounding.
And that's interesting, Holly. Even a college team working on ball handling and passing on the day of a game.
Owens banks it in. That's got a big smile from a couple of his teammates. Brandon Francis turns around ear to ear as he's joking with Owens back down the floor. Owens kept a stone face as if he called it.
Hey, and by the way, they talk about that. Be stone-faced. Good or bad, that's what Chris Beard teaches his team.
It's hard not to smile at that one as Bain swoops to the goal. Tipped around, Samuel with an offensive rebound. Robinson sets up Bain. Nice shot fake. Bain attacks the goal. Offensive foul. They are fired up for Big Monday here in Lubbock.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills. She was going at it.
Stop. Right there. There we go.
If we win this, is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
Surprise! It's your MVC bike.
What's MVC?
Most valuable client.
I'm your only client.
I'm your only agent.
No, you're not.
No worries, we have great rates on motorcycles.
Oh, well, that's too bad because I was going to trade this in for a boat.
We cover that too.
Hop on, Aaron. Sorry, State Farm, no third wheels. This isn't a tricycle. Jan? Yeah. Feels so light.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
See?
Oh, dude, are you friends with a real robot?
What? No, man. It's my service.
Oh, that's not awesome at all.
Maybe it's time for a switch.
Switch just like that.
Switch to Boost's super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. And get 4 free phones.
Much better.
There it is.
Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Emerge restored, replenished, fortified. Emerge every day with Emergen-C, packed with B vitamins, electrolytes, antioxidants, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges. Why not feel this good every day? Emerge and see.
With no choice but to move back home after college, they thought he'd be a little more motivated to find a job. Turns out, they were right. Upload your resume on Indeed.
Texas Tech coach Chris Beard has gone to a grassroots approach to get more people to come to the games, a fireside chat. Last night was the second live fireside chat where he talks to the students about how they need them. Free food, gets to sign posters and pictures and encourage the students to come to the game. And guys, it has really paid off. Look at the attendance by Coach Beard, what he has grown. It is the second highest in this program since 2001. And I think it's really important because at that fireside chat, he said, look, this is not a one-way relationship. If you need anything, Greek organizations, campus organizations, reach out to me. We will come and we will help you, but help us. We need you at the games, and it has paid off.
I'll tell you, Holly, you're right. Last year in Dallas at the NCAA tournament, Red Raider Nation came out in force. They were home games.
Culver can't connect. Tariq Owens, offensive rebound, draws a foul.
Now, one of the things we talked with Chris Beard about today was Jared Culver staying aggressive throughout the possession. He, at times, is such an unselfish player, he'll defer to his teammates early. They don't want that.
Moretti from the corner. Culver an offensive rebound, but lost it on the way down. Desmond Bain will push.
Great help defense.
Miller to the corner. And a triple in and out for R.J. Nembhard.
Good possession for TCU. 5 Red Raiders swarmed to the ball. Miller found the open man in the corner, didn't knock it down.
Francis. And Robinson's got the rebound. Alex Robinson, who is #1 in the Big 12 in assists per game by a mile. He averages over 7 assists a game. To the corner, Nembhard. That's off the heel. The back tap to Robinson.
A good job by J.D. Miller keeping that ball alive.
Bain looking for Miller along the baseline, and he fumbles it out of bounds. This season, NCAA coaches and Infinity are taking a timeout to fight cancer with Infinity's $1 million donation to the American Cancer Society.
Now that last pass by Bain was a great pass, and J.D. Miller tried to catch the ball with one hand. And he's got to know better. He's played in a lot of games for TCU, over 100 now.
123 to be exact. Yeah. He's never missed a game.
Yep.
Mooney. Fouled on a reach-in by Robinson.
Once you get into league play, Bob, and Culver's taking a break right now, teams load up on your best players, and Chris Beard told us today, he said, look, we have to have 3 guys every night getting us double-figure scoring in this league, and if you really want to play well, you need 4. Mooney's one of those guys, and of course Moretti coming off a career high against Arkansas, 21 on Saturday.
Well, Mooney's a grad transfer. 2 years at South Dakota, he was a scoring machine. First team All-Summit League both years. He scored over 1,200 points in 2 seasons.
Pretty good.
62 total games to get to 1,271 points. It's not bad. Noy, our rainbow 3 off the rim. Mooney gives it up. Extra pass to the corner, and that's way short from Francis.
Yeah, I think Miller got a piece of that shot.
Robinson Gives it up to a cutting Noy. Out of control. Blocking foul call. Well, our next Super Tuesday doubleheader features two great rivalry games. It is KU taking on Texas in Austin. That game leads off the doubleheader. That's 7 Eastern. And then it's number 7 Kentucky at Vandy at historic Memorial Gymnasium. Both games are live on the ESPN app tomorrow night, so you can watch anywhere.
KU cannot sleep on Texas. They have talent. They've struggled lately, but this is a team that's knocked off North Carolina. I had Michigan State on the ropes in Las Vegas. Got a terrific young big guy and a veteran guard in Kerwin Roach.
Kansas just lost to the basement team of the Big 12 in a game that you called at West Virginia, so it just goes to show you there is never a game that you can necessarily take lightly, especially on the road in this league.
Absolutely.
As a foul is called on TCU. That one's going to go against Squat Noy.
Well, the road is still going through Lawrence for the Big 12 title, but from 1 to 10, there's as much balance as you'll see. And this young guy who is from Australia, you see he's wearing number 12 because that's when he started. He came to high school, Montverde Academy in Florida. Kevin Boyle's a great coach there. And one of his best buddies growing up, Ben Simmons, joined him at Montverde. And Montverde has had a lot of NBA draft picks.
Well, that's the second foul on Noy, so he's on the bench. Corprew with a floater off the feed from Moretti. And for TCU, Noy's got all 8 of their points. So have to find some offense somewhere with Noy on the bench in foul trouble. That's a freshman, Kendrick Davis, now running the point. He'll float one up off the glass and score.
Oh, this young guy, he's a fire plug. They're playing him a lot of minutes because they have confidence in Kendrick Davis out of the Houston area. He committed to Jamie Dixon when he was a sophomore in high school. One of Jamie's first recruits at TCU.
Culver, as Davis, size advantage, rises up. Misses the jumper. Latmayan, the cousin of Quat Noy, loses his footing. Traveled. So it's a TCU turnover. And this is an Infinity Timeout for the win. Learn more at infinitytimeout.com.
And the all-new Infiniti QX50 was named one of Ward's 10 best interiors. And the world's first VC turbo engine gives you power when you need it, fuel efficiency when you don't, which is... Hey, Coach Williams. We were just,
About to drive the QX50 without me?
Okay.
This season, NCAA coaches are fans of Infinity. We're donating $1 million to Coaches versus Cancer. Learn more at infinitytimeout.com.
The rules of luxury. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't use. Use, but don't enjoy. Enjoy, but don't show it.
If you're going to follow one rule, make sure it's this one. Luxury should be lived in. Infinity. Empower the drive.
Be wise beyond your years. Be young at heart. Do the little things. They're kind of a big deal. Get back to your natural hair color while staying true to your roots. Just for men, be the better man you are and look the part.
We understand the anxiety that comes with picking a 2-for-5 mix and match order. Also, we kind of don't understand. There's literally no way to mess this up.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
The path to prosperity is not easy for everyone. Half of small businesses fail within 5 years, and more people than ever struggle with debt. Intuit is here to change this story with giant solutions like TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Mint that give everyone the power to prosper. Intuit, proud makers of TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Mint.
Hey, how you doing? Phil.
Are you guys good with breaks?
We're okay.
Just okay?
We got a saying here. The brakes don't stop it, something will.
That's not a real saying.
It is around here. I wrote it.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5GE. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Jared Culver, only a sophomore, but in the top 10 in the Big 12 in scoring, rebounding, and shooting the three.
Yeah, he's been a revelation for 2 years. He grew up just a short distance from this campus. They made him a priority from the day that Chris Beard got here. And last year was Zaire Smith, who had a terrific freshman year, off to the NBA, Philadelphia 76ers. I have a feeling this young man is not long for Lubbock, but a great young man, great family. And Chris Beard told us today, just thinking about getting better day by day. The NBA is in his future, but right now it's all Red Raider basketball.
Only a sophomore.
That's
the
right.
NBA in his future next year?
No, it's this year. I think, Bob, the way things are set up for him, he will come out, probably be in the top 15.
Nice cut by Mooney.
Oh, I like that. They need to get back to that motion offense. There's a good example out of a timeout. Curl over a screen, defender chases, easy basket.
Miller needs help. Finds Bain for three. Cleared by the grad transfer from St. John's, Tariq Owens. Quickly down the floor. A three is bottomed out. Knocking it down to Sean Corprew.
Tell you, they're going to love this kid here. He's a junior college transfer. He's a glue guy. He's sticking tonight.
Back in 30 seconds.
There are a chosen few in possession of an X factor most can only dream of, capable of bringing a packed building to its feet with a simple wave of their arms. They don't just inspire school spirit, they embody it. Statues are built in their honor. Yep, there's no big man on campus bigger than the one in the big furry suit.
Bob Wischusen and Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe back in Lubbock. Big Monday returns to Lubbock for the first time since 2006. Well, there's a reason why. Texas Tech is a top 20 team. They are in the race in the Big 12, and they are deep.
They are deep. You know, junior colleges in West Texas are abundant. This young man went to junior college about 32 miles west of Lubbock at South Plains, coached by a tremendous coach. He's only a sophomore. He's got 3 seasons. He's been hurt lately, but they love his team-oriented attitude, and he's got 5 quick points.
And Deshaun Corprew was a player that, when Chris Beard was back at Arkansas Little Rock, he originally recruited. Eight to shoot. Miller picks up his dribble, and will be called for traveling. 5 turnovers for TCU.
You can tell, Bob, TCU is sped up. J.D. Miller is a solid player, but you do not want him handling the ball out on the perimeter. And TCU has played about 30 possessions of zone this year, mostly against Kansas State when they were shorthanded, and they're going to the zone right now.
And Culver is back in, along with the freshman Kyler Edwards, as Matt Mooney sits down. Davide Moretti. And Culver up top. Edwards tries to bust the zone.
Defense is outstanding. Ball pressure, airtight.
Great scoop by Robinson. Texas Tech is only #1 in America in scoring defense, so it's tough to get the ball in the basket against that team in red.
By the way, 1 possession of zone, they're back to man.
Edwards in the post. He was met by J.D. Miller, to say the least.
Well, the one thing I like about this freshman Edwards is he's got the green light. And right there, it gets swatted back. Two young guys from the Dallas area. And J.D. Miller letting them know, not now. You better come in with something a little stronger.
Culver with the left hand.
Oh, that was great. They corralled him on that left side in the pick and roll defense. He just took his time, found the opening, wedged his way through.
His first basket, and now he creates a turnover as Bain is forced to foul Culver, as Culver was about to head towards picking up a steal. That's the first on Bain.
Let's watch this, Bob. They push him to his left hand. Watch how he takes his time. Then he sees the opening, and he gets to the rim. And then the anticipation, the length, jumps to passing lane. Bain fouls. And Jared Culver making his presence known.
And Jamie Dixon, even with the 2 fouls on Kawhi Noy, with his team getting doubled up, sits down Bain and brings Noy back in.
No reason to waste him. You don't want him to foul out in the first half.
Going back to the zone here, maybe to help protect Noy.
I think so.
Shot clock to 4. Mooney's going to have to force one up. Offensive rebound, Odiase. And a 3. Kyler Edwards has another triple as Odiase created another possession.
Green light for Edwards, that's for sure. No fear.
Noy fouled.
Well, Chris Beard told us today, in this league, you need money buckets, lobs, kickouts after offensive rebounds. There's an example right there. That's a money ball by Kyler Edwards. And Odiase, if you noticed, he's really working the backside of that defense with his offensive rebounding.
Chris Beard thought Kawhi Noy was passing and that this shouldn't be a shooting foul, but the officials give Noy the benefit of the doubt. Odiase to the bench as Tariq Owens comes back in. A couple of free throws for Noy. He's already in double figures here in the first half, and his team only has 14. He is carrying them offensively.
And back to that zone.
Out of bounds, off of Noy.
Yeah, Frogs put a little trap on Owens in that corner.
Moretti will replace Kyler Edwards. And the freshman hears it from the crowd.
Remember we said Culver's got the green light? That young man's going to have the green light the next couple of years.
Corprew picks up his dribble. Shot clock winding down. Culver gonna have to put one up. Fouled! In and out, almost a 4-point play. Kendrick Davis can't believe it. He fouls Jared Culver, shooting a 3. Well, that young man on the bench for Texas Tech, tutored under a legend. You'll hear some of his greatest advice when we come back.
Dude, are you friends with a real robot?
No, man, it's my service.
Maybe it's time for a switch. Switch to Boost's super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. And get 4 free phones.
Introducing Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger Meal. For $5, this Giant comes with double the beef and bacon, nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's nothing junior about it, except the price. For a limited time.
You're not flying? Wow. I mean, give me the 4-hour flight. Couple movies. Next thing you know, we're in the hotel watching TV. Days in the car with the kids? Stopping all the time? Boring. Cool. I don't get it.
Well, we like driving.
Memories built to last. They're possible in the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe, our most advanced SUV ever.
Hey, I just wanted to...
Hey, there he is.
Are you looking at the results of yesterday's Constant Contact email? We were supposed to watch that together. I'm sorry. I can't even look at you.
Constant Contact email marketing. Powerful stuff.
Don't miss UFC Fight Night, live February 2nd. Marlon Moraes and Rafael Assunção rematch in the main event. Plus, former champ Jose Aldo takes on Renato Moicano. Only on ESPN+.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're gonna want a Ford.
Now you can get a new Ford Escape with 0% financing for 60 months or lease for just $139 a month. Only at your local Ford store.
Make your life a lot easier? Here's how. Switch to Capsule Pharmacy. Capsule is the new pharmacy that manages your prescriptions from your phone. Here's how to get started. Go to CapsuleCares.com and sign up in 15 seconds. We handle your insurance and ensure you get the best price on your medication. We text you a checkout link. Click the link to place your order and schedule your same-day delivery. Capsule Pharmacy. Prescriptions delivered, insurance handled. Pharmacists who text. Get started in 15 seconds at CapsuleCares.com.
The mental approach to the game of basketball is to the physical skills as 4 is to 1. You're understanding the game of basketball and your thinking about the game is much more important than the physical skills that you have.
4-1, that's something that Coach Knight preached to Chris Beard while he was an assistant here for 10 years under both Bob Knight and Pat Knight. And you'll see 4-1 all over Lubbock, and especially in the United Supermarkets Arena. And that videotape, Bob, goes back about 30 years. Coach Knight did that in the mid-'80s. And Chris Beard, an excellent pupil, I guess you'd say. Bob Knight spent the remaining part of his career here with great success. Chris Beard learned well.
45 years old, in his 3rd year as the head coach here at Texas Tech. And he's got a pro in Jared Culver. That gives his team a 15-point lead.
Defense has been outstanding today. They are locked in.
Robinson finds Noy cutting. The extra pass to the corner. Nice shot fake, in and out though for Kendrick Davis. Culver straight away. Short. Robinson saves it.
Not too many easy baskets tonight for Texas, Christian. They are locked in, TCU.
Way short on the jumper was Latmayan. Corprew had it stripped away by Mayan. They fight for it, and the Arrow's going to give it to TCU. All our NBA Wednesday doubleheader this week starts in D.C. with the Pacers and the Wizards. It all begins at 8 Eastern, NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. After we're done with Pacers Wizards, we'll head to the Western Conference for the Jazz and the Blazers. It's a good NBA doubleheader on Wednesday night, starting with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and, as always, the ESPN app.
Started out as a sophomore slump for Donovan Mitchell, but he is really cooking lately for the Utah Jazz, and that schedule comes around for them. It was brutal early, and Jazz should continue to get better and better. They're hounding him right now.
Noy, floater, in and out. Tipped up and right back in, though, by Kevin Samuel.
They got 6.5 minutes to just get this lead down inside single digits.
Back to the zone.
4 guards as well for Texas Tech right now.
Moretti kicks to the corner. Tyler Edwards
Should have shot it.
reverses. And instead, it's Owens with 4 to shoot to Mooney. They bypassed the open shot, paid for it.
Sometimes unselfishness hurts the team. I would have wanted Edwards to shoot that ball.
Robinson in the mid-range. That's good.
Jamie Dixon's going to keep them in that zone. I mentioned they've only played about 30 possessions all season, and mostly in one game up at Kansas State.
Mooney finds Moretti. Extra pass to Owens, and now it's Edwards.
They should keep moving the ball. They don't want to hold it. Move the defense. It's a help defense with 5 on one side, so get the defense moving.
Robinson, NBA range. That's no good. Mooney splits the defense and scores.
Really good ball pressure. On every catch, there's a man in a purple jersey's face.
Robinson traveled again. 7 first-half turnovers for TCU.
Bob, when we talk about help defense, when the ball goes to one side, the ball is being guarded by 5 defenders, so you've got to stretch the floor and use all 50 feet. TCU is keeping the ball on one side, and they are very easy to guard for the most part in this first half.
Jamie Dixon's going to buy Alex Robinson a little bit of time on the bench. Here's Moretti. Yes! For 3 over Bain. Bain tries to answer. Can't do it. Moretti again. He's got another. Timeout TCU.
Guys?
Hey, what time's your flight?
I've got an hour until I'm supposed to board.
All right, we have things to do. Is there any cancellations? I thought she was your best friend.
Yeah, she was. So they attached a dog's head on the man's body.
Where's your backpack? Mom. You know what? I think I'm going to sew your backpack to your back. What do you think?
The path to prosperity is not easy for everyone. Half of small businesses fail within 5 years, and more people than ever struggle with debt. Intuit is here to change this story with giant solutions like TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Mint that give everyone the power to prosper. Intuit, proud makers of TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Mint.
KFC's got 4 ways to feed a family for just $20. It's delicious.
Son of a biscuit.
Well, that worked out. Bring home dinner with any of KFC's $20 fill-ups.
Hello, this is Osman Ahmed from the New York Times. I am really worried. Like I think we're all being hacked. Somebody had gone through all of my stuff. My fear is that they have shown a willingness to kill. If they want to touch you, they will.
Dude, are you friends with a real robot?
No, man, it's my service.
Maybe it's time for a switch.
Switch to Boost's super reliable and super fast nationwide network. Plus, get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. And get 4 free phones.
November 17th is National Take a Hike Day. At AARP, we're all about hikes and other things to keep you healthy. It's why we offer health tips for your body and your brain. Today is your day to make fitness happen, and AARP is here to help you take on today.
I'm Sloane Stevens, and I bounce back with chocolate milk.
Coming up on that Jeep Halftime Report alongside Jay Williams, Coach Seth Kramer will talk all about Duke, convincing win versus Notre Dame, plus KU struggles recently as well. Jay, what are you seeing here?
When Moretti and Mooney combined with Culver score the basketball and them being one of the top defensive teams, they can beat anybody in the country.
Fireside chat, full house obviously at Texas Tech. You win your home games. If you take care of the basketball, the field's in good shape, Franny. What do you think?
I'm still taking Kansas. Seth, you take that field, and I'm not going against history, but there are some teams that can battle Kansas, no doubt.
Bain still hasn't scored. And here comes Moretti the other way.
Well, we know Iowa State can, that's for sure, and then we'll find out in the next couple weeks about Texas Tech and KU. And Moretti's on fire. He's making 45% of his threes in conference play.
Kicks it to the corner here. Francis in and out, and Bain's got the rebound.
That's a guy that if he's on and starts making them, as Seth said, or I think Jay Will said, they will be unguardable.
Sweet little hook shot by Kevin Samuel.
He hadn't had a lot of room tonight, Bob, but we know he can put the ball in the basket, the redshirt freshman. Back to man. Watch the ball movement and player movement. Screening, cutting, and the ball usually doesn't stick.
Francis back to Culver. 5 to shoot. Culver, rainbow jumper. Well short. Owens, though, hustled to the loose ball, but missed the bunny. TCU needs to make some shots in this next 2.5 minutes. And there is a big one from Kawhi Noy. And Chris Beard wants a timeout. And he is not happy with Tariq Owens.
Kevin Samuel has not had a lot of room. You see Chris Beard, they may be up 15. He's not happy. Watch Samuel, big fella down in the low post. He gets early position, and he's got that terrific hook. This is well guarded. This is really contested, even though Mooney's late. Noy, I'm telling you, Bob, he's about to become slowly a household name nationally. Only a sophomore can really score.
Well, you know this. As an old coach, you're always thinking about what could possibly go wrong. So Chris Beard sees a 17-point lead up on the board. He sees Noy knock down a 3, sees his center miss a bunny, and you start to think, well, all that good work we've done to this point could go out the window in 3 minutes for a team that can hit shots in TCU if they cut it to single digits at halftime.
That is a great point, because they have dominated this game to this point, and you don't want to go into halftime up 9 or 10 when you've had that big lead.
Moretti pulls up at the elbow. And there's another stop for TCU. Now they have a chance to draw closer with 2 minutes to go.
They really have done a good job of taking away Robinson's left hand tonight.
Miller spins in the lane, draws the foul. So J.D. Miller will go to the free throw line, and he'll try and cut the lead down to 12. When J.D. Miller was in 5th grade, there was another Jalen in his grade. J.D. Miller is Jalen DeMarco Miller. Well, his 5th grade teacher said, all right, we've got 2 Jalens. Rock, paper, scissors to see which of you goes by your initials. J.D. lost. He's been J.D. ever since.
I thought he had his J.D. degree. I didn't know. I thought he had his law degree. Great high school program. Same school that produced LaMarcus Aldridge. Seagerville. Halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth. And you mentioned, what, going on 130 games here.
123 games, including tonight. He has never missed one. He could tie the all-time record if he plays the rest of the season for TCU.
Good D. Look how they corral him.
Well, they thought they got that off Culver's leg, and I think the Frogs might be right. Joe DeRosa's signal that it's going to stay with the Red Raiders. Let's see. Well, that did go off the leg of Culver. That was good hands by Kevin Samuel. That should be Frogs' ball. Mooney with 10 to shoot. Finds a cutter in Moretti, and he's got another.
That's what we call a random cut. In a motion offense, there's no predetermined movement. Moretti got rid of it. He cut and wound up easily open at the basket. Motion offense with intelligence.
Kendrick Davis draws the foul. And Texas Tech out of fouls to give. It'll be a 1-and-1 as Owens picks up his second.
Remember, this is all Bob Knight. Watch the cut. Fakes, comes across, no one helps. Good finish, good pass, good recognition, good screen, excellent execution.
Owens with 2 fouls to the bench. Brandon Francis comes back in for Texas Tech, and Quatnoy on the bench. Interesting that he's out right now for Jamie Dixon, knowing that he could be the one to hit a big shot to get it to single digits at halftime.
I think there's 2 sides of that coin, Bob. Yes, you're right, because he's their best offensive player besides Bain. I also think they don't want to take any more chances with him with 2.
Mooney goes back door, and it's blocked right at the rim by R.J. Nembhard. But then giving it up is Kendrick Davis. Here comes Mooney again. Protects the ball with his body and lays it in.
Great job by Kyler Edwards. He came up with that ball. His eyes were up, and he just threw it out in front of Mooney so Mooney can just run under it. Heads up play.
About a 3-second differential.
Is he locked in or what, Mooney?
Robinson spins. Out to the wing, Nembhard. Way short. 5 seconds to go in the half. Here comes Culver. Culver's going to go to the goal with the left hand. What a way to end the half for Texas Tech. Let's go to Holly.
Chris Beard was too fired up. He just pulled his assistant coach over here and said, "You talk, I'm too fired up right now." You guys saw a little bit of zone there. How do you think you overcame it? TCU hasn't shown a lot of that.
Yeah, you know, we just got to get the ball moving inside out. And once we were able to get it inside, we were able to get shots on the outside. But we're awfully pleased with the way we played so far the first half. We got to continue to do so the second half.
You had such a big lead. They started creeping in. How important was it to finish the half like that with an exclamation point?
Well, they're a good team, so we don't expect them to go away. Coach Dixon's a heck of a coach, so we've just got to continue to play 4-minute halves, and then see what happens.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So our score here at the half, Texas Tech 43, TCU 27. What a big Monday it's been so far for Tech. Let's get you back to Adnan, the halftime report in the studio.